Dr. Climax goes over the letters at the beginning of episode 6 of the show. There is a lot to process in this episode because it revolves around people's warped thoughts. From a woman applying jam to her intimate areas and enticing her dog to lick her, to a man dozing off by a banana plant. As you can see, we'll end it here. As would be predicted, some of these comments turn more people against Dr. Climax and expose his indulgence in perversity. Naturally, Pornchai is in the lead. Chu is questioned by some staff members as a result of the strong pushback, but Tien and the guy are adamant that they would fight the conservatives and stick to their principles in order to benefit everyone. Conversely, Tukta begins having sex over the phone with her new partner, and her mother-in-law hears her moaning in the room by herself. Later, Nat's mother, Pornchai, and his wife get together for tea. Pornchai is looking forward to meeting Nat because he is a well-known surgeon's son. Feeling proud of Nat, Pornchai begins berating Dr. Climax and his mother. Nat states that he agrees with the editorial as having sex is commonplace. Nat's mother immediately shifts the subject, but calling Pornchai a self-righteous dinosaur annoys him. In response to Nat, he says that if Dr. Climax is doing so much good, then he must be a coward for disguising his name. Afterwards, Nat responds to the letter Songjan, a gay boy, sent. Songjan has been queer since he was 10 years old. He is fed up with keeping his true nature a secret from his boyfriend and is currently in a covert relationship with him. He seeks guidance on what to do as he fears that his parents' scheme to marry him is finally coming to pass. Dr. Climax counsels him to have an honest life, emphasizing that homosexuality is not a sickness and that people should be more accepting of other forms of love. During a party, Songjan follows his instruction to follow his heart and gives his boyfriend a public kiss. Tien approaches Nat and requests that he calm down since there will be severe consequences if he discusses LGBTQ rights. Simultaneously, Nat gets a note from Plern inviting him to join them and praising him for sending her a decent man. Nat begins to grow wary of Tien and decides to follow him at night. Since he is not skilled at it, Tien can see him approaching a long way. He presents the letter to Tien, and they have a detailed conversation regarding his situation. Admittedly, Tien felt too ashamed in the past, but the sex club helped him feel better. Tien assures Nat that everything is fine, but Nat fears the sex club is too risque. After Nat returns home, his mother chastises him for not meeting Tukta's expectations. She informs him about Tukta's audible groans throughout the day and her statement about staying loyal to herself and listening to her heart. Nat's mother believes that Dr. Climax is solely to blame. Nat is too shy to question Tukta, though, especially now that he knows she threw away the family medications he has been giving her. The following morning, reports of the HIV/AIDS pandemic surface, claiming that gay males are disproportionately affected by the illness. Pornchai quickly convenes a news conference and assigns blame to Dr. Climax, claiming that his support of homosexual intercourse is to blame for the epidemic. However, Songjan writes a second letter in which he describes how his boyfriend rejected him in front of everyone. He was nearly killed by his father's beatings before he was expelled. Then his pals and boyfriend gave him another spanking. Songjan is contemplating suicide at this point because of the stigma he has experienced since coming out to the world. After listening to his heart, he queries Dr. Climax about what comes next. Nat is regrettably coping with the chaos in his life, and Permpole is sorry for him. He makes Nat swear not to injure Linda ever again and provides him Linda's home address. Nat visits Linda's hometown and extends his condolences. Linda grants him permission to resume work, but with some restrictions. She requests that he apologize to his spouse and make an effort to save their union. She also demands that he swear that they won't ever have sex again. Pornchai and Captain Pao, meantime, get back together with the